Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace. I'm going to do a little bit of a chit-chat kind of video and also talk about my health changes, improvements in one, but I'm not so certain about some of it. But I can't, I've mentioned before that I do these food delivery / groceries, whatever it is, kind of gig work for insurance purposes. I've gone through all that, so many videos made about why, how it is. I live in Texas. I'm a homemaker, 60-year-old homemaker, but I have to do this because I live in Texas. And if I want affordable insurance, yeah, affordable insurance, through the Affordable Care Act and all that, through the marketplace, I have to work and prove that I can earn a certain amount myself. I don't know the details. I mean, I'm not going to say, no, I've heard a lot. I've spoken to a lot of people, at the marketplace about it, but I'm not going to act like I'm an expert, so don't listen to me. Don't take my word on it. Call yourself if you need to. I don't tell anybody what to do or think, so whatever. But anyway, so that's what I do. It's not about the money. It's about the proving to the government that I can make a certain amount of money because I live in Texas, and on and on and on. And, so I do these. Well, the reason that I definitely need the health insurance, I've mentioned this in videos, but I'm trying to make it brief, is that last year I started swelling up really bad. Went to the ER. Well, I had worse than that. I don't want to go talk about the gross thing involving my navel. And to leave any room for any question. But anyway, I went to the ER 3 times, didn't have health insurance, and like people, they gave me this list of people places to call, businesses in the healthcare, that would help me because I don't have insurance and all that. And I called them and they said, "Oh, you went to the ER without insurance, then they will let you die." That was the motto, it seemed, the mantra. Then they will let you die. That's the last thing I needed to hear, right? But I know the experiences were terrible. It wasn't my first time those 3 to go there. And they're always been terrible. They just set me in a room for 4 hours, about 4 hours, and barely said anything but double talk. And I heard a lot of crickets when I would ask questions about why, I want to know what's going on. Nope. Not going to give good care at all. And one of them actually told me, 2 of them, 2 different times. Not this last 3. One, the very last time I went, and then a year or so before that, told me not to come back to the ER. Last one said, "Are you sure you want to say that?" She's a woman, probably 10 years younger than I. So, "Are you sure you want to say that? Are you sure you want to tell me not to come back to the ER?" Well, and she caught herself because you can't say that. As far as I know, they cannot say that. They cannot tell you, you can't come back. And, they have all these donors and everything, and the money's not the issue. It's the treatments that's the issue. So anyway, now the reason this time was because of that. Those 3 times last year, she changed her tune, by the way, but those 3 times last year that I went to ER, and since then doctors have said it could have been chronic, not doctors, but 2 nurse practitioners said, "Are you sure it wasn't congestive heart failure?" Well, how would I know? I said they weren't telling me anything. These were hinting at it. So yeah, I wouldn't know, and they wouldn't know because they weren't there when it happened and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, did I mention I live in Texas? I'm an independent. That does not represent me in my views at all. And then when it comes to health, they should not be judging people by their political views. Seriously. But, it's so much ignorance and so much prejudice. So anyway, if you don't fit what they think, then they will let you die, like I was told. I'm just repeating what I heard. Yeah. I felt like that, but I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm saying what I heard from people working in that field. Yeah, lots of them. Anyway, but the reason, one of the things that happened, and I don't remember when it actually started, that my ankles, I have edema. I have had an experience in 2021, and then I had experience, I think a year or 2 before 2020, somewhere in there, when my ankle swelled up. Okay, and it wasn't, that I sprained my ankle or anything. I had a sprained ankle when I was a kid. That hurts, like, yeah. And they swelled up, one swelled up. But this, wasn't anything like that. And then whatever happened last year, I don't know. I have no idea. Why? Because, these so-called healthcare providers, professionals, I don't see them as professional, and they didn't provide me any health and any care. So I don't know what else I'm going to call them, except prejudice. But anyway, let's see. Oh my goodness. But yeah, my degrees are in psychology and sociology, by the way. I taught at college and university. So yeah, I'm calling them prejudice, elitist, or hey, I could call a lot of names, but maybe I won't call them anything. Strike that, all that. Just wrong. How about that? Just wrong attitude. So anyway, so the reason I'm doing these is because, these food deliveries, so I can get that affordable care and have health insurance. So if I ever have to go to the hospital again, I won't meet with that kind of prejudice. So, that kind of attitude. So, like I said, it really isn't with me about the money. So, there. But their views, however. Anyway, because I could pay the money, and plus they have people, like one of them actually working there told me that they have donors for stuff like that. If it were someone who needed a donor, donations to help them pay for it, I know myself, because yeah, I know myself. Let me put it that way. But anyway, the whole thing is now, since then, is what I noticed the worst about my health was that I was gaining weight, but I did quit smoking in late August, early September. I didn't write the date down. I quit smoking after many years of smoking. We're talking decades of smoking. And 4. Yeah. But I worsened as I got older, how much I smoked. Oof. Never a pack a day, but like 3/4. And anyway, after I quit smoking, so cliche, I started gaining weight. Now, I don't know why I was gaining weight. I have a health care, a rare health condition, and that's one thing that can be associated with it, not the weight gain, but the inability to lose the weight, and so much more to it, but so deep. Anyway, so I gained weight, and I was still gaining weight when I went to see my healthcare provider last week. And I've only seen her twice. The first time she was late an hour. She was doing a triage, and she was late an hour, didn't apologize, and was real quick, told me to come back in 4 weeks. Well, I made this appointment for 4 weeks, and I rescheduled for 3 weeks later than that. I wanted some proof. But anyway, she said I'm doing really great on changing up my A1C, fixing my A1C. Well, the problem is, then she took it to some tests, which I've been high on pretty much most of my life. And it came back the next day. I got the results the next night, actually, through the portal. And it was bad. I mean, really, I'm not going to say what it was right now. Plus, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it. But I do, kind of. But, and it made me think, I need to rethink everything. The diet thing is associated with my health condition, which I can't change. But that's the amount of, well, it's very, I don't want to give anybody any idea to listen to me to do this, because my rare health condition makes everything different than the average person. And I don't give any form of advice, because I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion anybody of any way voice of authority on any of this. And I could definitely be wrong, so don't listen to me. Don't take it as anything other than just pure entertainment. Okay. There. But anyway, it made me really think about, okay, I'd already suspected I was doing something wrong before I saw the doctor. I mean, not a doctor, she's my healthcare provider. And I suspected it before I was even thinking, anything. I was just thinking that on my own. I was suspecting I was doing something wrong with what I was eating. And since then, come to find out, yeah. And that was just last week. And I quit eating that way. Or that way, I guess I'd say. And wow. And then I am not sure that it was just water weight. I am not sure, but I could say that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I quit eating that, what I was doing wrong, and I quit or lowered. It's not just one thing, but and wow, the weight came off pretty fast, like 5 pounds, pretty fast. But I had done that in the time when I was younger. Same kind of thing because of this health condition, and then it will stop, and that's it. Nothing will not change. Oh, my ear just popped. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up for right now. Okay, I'm on my way home. I worked an hour, and I made, just as I was saying it, if I added to the video, I was talking about how the pay is so little here since summer, really, which kind of lasts long. I'm in north of Dallas, northeast in Texas, and we don't pay as much for cost of living, so they don't pay as much for our deliveries either. But during the summer, it was really great. That's when I started doing them, and it. I was talking about this in another video, and then I wrapped it up. And right after that, I started working. I was driving to my spot as it was. And I was saying that usually, I was trying to say that usually it's like $10 an hour, seriously. And the most I had ever made was 27. Okay, I think the most that I had made was probably around 27 an hour. And could have made more at another time, just didn't calculate it, But usually it could be very low. It could be none. I could sit out there for an hour and do nothing. Not one order, because some of them are just ridiculous, like the $2 ones and so on. So I was saying that, and then I wrapped it up, got myself something to eat, and then, like I said, for an hour I did only 2 orders, but it was $15. I was like, I don't usually take those that, I won't take 2 at a time, but sometimes it comes up and I'm like, this is not bad. Okay, because like this one was right there on the way to the other person's house, right there. And, like it was, I think, 1.5 miles to the next place, which was not too far, maybe maximum. I don't think it was even 2 miles. But it was in a part where it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't going to take me 15 minutes. It was just going to take me, just to get down the road. So I said, why not? It was pick up at the same restaurant. I was just headed. It's a nice restaurant, and it took me back to the place where I also do offers. Well, by that time lunch was over, and I have said this before, that lunch is basically 12 o'clock hour. That's it. Noon. That's it. It doesn't go past that. Usually. Now some days, yeah, it does. In the summer, it did quite a bit, but usually not. It's that 1 hour. And if I get stuck with a $4 one, and then I have trouble, or it winds up being longer than it said it would be, yeah, something like that, like it says it's only going to be 15 minutes or less. I said, well, I'll get started. But then it turns out to be some kind of issue. Who knows? The place, you go to the restaurant and they don't have it ready and all this stuff. Like this one, they had the first one ready. So I went to the ladies' room, came back out, and they were still working on the second one. That's not that great. But it wasn't a long wait, at least. It was all pretty fast. Now to just wait to see if the tips come in. One of the apps, I have more than one that the tip, you have to wait for the tips. Okay, you have to wait on both of those. And 2 different companies, as far as I know. Well, they have different names at least. But anyway, okay, you're a little bit gonna be right in my lane, huh? But anyway, So I have to wait for the tips. And the other one I do too, and those tips can come in like, on one of them it can come in quite later. You know, I don't know how that works on the other end, but it's not like, okay, now what is this today, people? Come on, taking their half out of the middle. Not really. That wasn't a taking a half out of the middle. That was just too far in the road, too close to one another. You know, this is a road. This isn't a parking area. But you can park there, but, you know, there must be the road. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm if I add this to it. If not, I might add later on. Okay, I do not know why this is making so much noise, but yeah. Okay. But anyway, it's later in the day. It's 5:27 p.m. Same day, March 26, 2022. And again, I don't know why this thing is making so much noise. But I left off, I think I was talking about, you know, the difference in how much I made, and I was saying it was about an hour. Well, I knew that it couldn't have been an hour because I had, you know, it never takes that long for an order. Okay. It was 2. All right, now we're going to have all this noise and everything else is going to go wrong and all that. But when I went back and looked at it, and it combined them together, which wasn't bad. It was $15 and some change. And, but it was for 30 minutes. Oh, wow. And if I could do more like that. But I knew that, you know, I didn't start exactly at noon, but it ended just shortly after. But anyway, so it wasn't going to take me 30 minutes to drive to those places. I mean, drive to the restaurant, because I was right there. So anyway, so it was 30 minutes is what it said. 32 minutes and 22 seconds for the delivery of it. Okay, it's not bad. Okay, I'm out here. The temperature in my SUV says 60, but the sun is so bright, and I'm wearing clothes for cold weather because it's supposed to get dipped down while I'm out. It got down to 39 last night, and it's getting down to 39 tonight. And this is the north of Dallas, suburbs north of Dallas and northeast. So, yeah, this is unusual for us here this late in March. March 26th. Yeah, it's late for this kind of thing. And anyway, but I wanted to straighten it up because that's the reason why I don't take. Well, the reason. Let me straighten this up. Not that I don't usually take these double ones if it's going to take a long time to the whole thing to deliver. So apparently, I'm guessing what that said. It didn't take long. Once I got it, I mean, boom, boom. to their house, so it didn't take long to the actual delivery. So I don't know how it's calculated exactly, because I did have to go to it and then wait. So maybe it was the wait time. But like I said, delivery, boom, boom. And I don't like that if it's going to be a long wait for somebody. Boy, the traffic is just busy. It's, like I said, now it's 5:30. Yeah, rush hour traffic. It's not so bad in the morning, but yeah. So, okay, let me try this again. I'm going to try a different spot, see if it works. Because one of them, what I call the strip, I don't like delivering from there because it's prime real estate. That's the way I put it. And it's so cramped. I mean, just so cramped. To even park, the parking spaces seem to be so small. And getting it in and out of them, because it's right there off the road, and it's just too difficult to get in and out in all these different restaurants there. So where I'm going is not as bad, but I don't think I've ever had good luck as far as getting one after another there. And the other place, I'm learning these places. When I say this other one, the one I went to earlier today, Murphy, Texas, and Murphy and Wiley. They usually at dinner time, they're two towns. They're not big cities, and they're connected to one another. And I think their population together combined is not even it's like around 75,000 combined. So there's not that much out there. But Anytime I've gone out there to, deliver for dinner, nope, nothing. So, no. Maybe once. Okay, I don't know why you're driving like that, but you're going really, really slow. And it's a 40 or 45 right there. So, anyway, hopefully I don't go to this place today like what happened Saturday night. 3 in a row, and I said, that's it. We're messed up. First one, somebody had already picked it up. The second one, it was, what was the second one? Oh my goodness, now I can't even remember. The third one was just a total weird mess. And, like somebody actually came in and he put his finger on my cell phone saying, look, and what he did was, I don't know, he put his cell phone real close to mine. No, and I'm not, I'm surprised I didn't have a reaction to slap him. Really, I'm not the type, but, seriously, dude, he was another driver, and he was saying, well, you were here first, so you're going to go ahead and take it. Like, take the order. I realized he was, in his mind, probably, was more of, you can take my order with you when you go to this person's house. And that wasn't what he said. And I didn't even respond. I mean, who are you to me? Nobody. So, I think I'll just park right here. There's some shade. And see if anything around here happens. But, and what was the second one? Oh, there was some other problem. Oh, as I was going there, I took it. All these were really good orders too. The last one was iffy, but the other two, I was amazed. I'm getting good offers. And I took them right away. Different. One then, and then after that happened it's already been picked up. Do another one. Got it right away. It was a good order. Like I said, by the time I didn't finish. By the time I got there, right before, as I was about to turn in to that area, that section with all of them. Anyway, restaurants and such. A pop-up came up and said something real fast. Of course, I couldn't really read it except, uh-oh. It said something like, uh-oh. It had a red something. And, of course, the help, the support, right? They're not support. They basically, the woman said, so you canceled it on your end. I said, no, I did not. They're not going to accept blame. They're not going to accept that something going on with their app. So then I switched to another app, for a different service. And that's when that one happened with the guy that, showed up. Something weird was totally weird. They even thought something was weird because they knew that I was there first. But they're suspicious because I'm like, where's the rest of my order? Because when I first looked, it was a whole order. Then when I looked again, it wasn't. It was like it got divided somehow. And they don't have a number to call. So yeah. And we'll see how tonight goes. And it was funny because when I drove up to get the first one, I told Adam, I said, boy, this is a good way to start off. I said, unless something happens after this. I pulled up and was getting out to go get it. About to get out. And sure enough, when I got back, I said, what did I say? Let's see how it goes.